Think of Mozart, Abraham Lincoln, Beethoven, Martin Luther King Jr. Each of these historical figures and musical geniuses share one thing in common: passion. Now, think of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. Each of these public figures share two things in common: passion and dropping out of college. Once upon a time, higher education was considered a privilege in America. Today, it is the attitude of many that attending college is a social norm. Rather than a privilege, it is more of an assumed next step upon earning a high school diploma. This very fact has single-handedly morphed the goal of achieving a higher education from its original purpose, to educate and to learn, into a way students can obtain a degree in order to land a high-salary job upon graduation. The culture of America has changed. Before, having a roof over your head and maintaining a job to put food on the table was the American dream. Today's society has become materialistic and so focused on climbing the social and corporate ladder that we have lost sight of what is really important. As a whole, not attaining a college degree has developed into a social stigma. But who is to say that college is for everyone? Not everyone is cut out to be a lawyer, and not everyone is cut out to be an architect. Not everyone is cut out to be a bus driver, so not everyone is cut out to go to college. Being an academic is not some universal characteristic that suddenly applies to every child upon enrolling for kindergarten. Just like in any other characteristic or life goal, this can't be shared by everyone. We're unique by nature. There are real consequences that have developed as a result of this attitude. Those who don't have a college degree often struggle to find a job in the workforce, and those who receive a bachelor's degree sometimes go on to earn double the yearly salary of people who only received a high school education. Neither of my parents attended college. In 1976, my mom opted to go straight into the workforce, while my dad attended an automotive technical school before moving on to become a full-time mechanic. In recent years, my mom has explored job opportunities and has found it increasingly difficult to grab the attention of an employer without having a college degree. Her years of real-life experience make her a much more desirable candidate and a valuable asset. But despite her impressive resume, her experience, and knowledge, she continues to find it hard to stand out in a pool of applicants. So what? Now any expertise you do have is immediately dismissed without the foundation of a degree? Exactly. This might be a contributing factor as to why there are over 4,000 higher education institutions in the United States to choose from, and these schools enroll a total of more than 20 million students. Universities have turned into factories that manufacture students by the thousands and hand out degrees like the neighborhood ice cream man. Not to mention, with the rising cost of post-secondary education, these same 20 million students are amassing loans to pay for their education, increasing their personal debt, and ultimately the debt of our country due to the general inability to repay their loans within the years immediately following graduation. 20 million students, and everyone is in college because of their love of learning? I find that hard to believe. The culture of universities now is to pop Adderall and cram the night before final exams. Students are falling victim to temptations of laziness and procrastination because their ultimate goal tends to be achieving decent grades for less than decent work. What if we reverted to when universities were not on every street corner, when not everyone was afforded the opportunity of higher education, when only the people who really wanted to learn filled the classroom? Maybe it would be less about the end and more about the means of achieving that end. In other words, maybe students that ultimately decided to attend college would take the time to appreciate the opportunity, actually learn the material, and rediscover the love of learning that has been lost. Maybe if society took a step back, shifting its focus from getting the degree to pursuing a passion, we would be graced with more Beethovens and Martin Luther King Jr.'s. People need to make finding their passion a priority, because if you find your passion and spend your days focused on fulfilling that passion, even if you do not land that high salary job, at least you'll be happy doing what you love.